There is wrestling on set. Usually starts off giggly, like ha 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 ha, but it gets heated pretty quickly. Hey guys, my name is Sholo Maridueña. I'm here with Teen Vogue discussing some of my firsts with you today here. First acting role. Well, actually, oddly enough, I was just talking about this earlier. The building that we're in right now is directly next door to the place that I had my first audition ever. It was a Sears commercial. It was kind of just like the boy of the catalog, and I ended up booking it. I don't know what they saw in me, a little brown boy, but hey, it worked for the Sears catalog, and now I'm next door. So it worked out in the end. The first pinky ring I've ever worn. I mean, I've actually never worn a pinky ring before. My pinkies are a little small, so I usually just stick with the regular pointer finger, middle finger rings. But today I've got pretty cool, it matches my eyes, wouldn't you say? This is the first pinky ring, but I like it. I might just have to, who knows, maybe it'll go missing Ocean's 11 style, I don't know. The first time that I accidentally hit someone on set, these questions feel targeted. Let me set the scene for you. Jacob and I like to play this game called Flinchers, which is basically where you pretend that you're about to hit someone, but you don't hit them, and you punish them for flinching by hitting them. I know, riveting. I'm walking through a door frame, right? And Jacob is walking behind me. You know, we're walking from where they are filming to outside where nobody is, and I go 2 for flinching, and I whip back and I knock him right with the back of my fist on his nose. So I hit him, and all I could say was, "Brother!" His nose just instantly started gushing blood, and I was just like, what the heck, we're filming right now. He was a great sport about it. We walk outside, and the directors are like, what the hell happened? Like, would you get beat up in there? What? And he's like, I don't know, the humidity out here is just making my nose so dry. He said something, but he had my back. He claims that one day while I'm sleeping, I'm gonna catch a quick little 1-2 to the face, but I sleep with one eye open, so I'm prepared. I first started training martial arts. I'd done maybe 2 years of Shotokan karate when I lived in Las Vegas, circa 2008. I quit after I'd moved back to Los Angeles, and then it wasn't until I booked Cobra Kai that I finally, started getting into training and whatnot. And now I've been doing, martial arts on and off, for almost 5 years now. Now I've started to get into, I've gotten into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But getting into Jiu-Jitsu, rolling, wrestling, there is wrestling on set. Usually starts off giggly, like ha 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 ha, but it gets heated pretty quickly. I'm on Teen Vogue. I gotta shout out my brother, Jacob Scott Thomas Bertrand. He's the biggest wrestler when it comes to tomfoolery like that. I just wish that man didn't have so much pride when it came to tournaments and like wrestling and stuff like that. I think maybe if he just took things a little bit more zen, I would win more, but I still have yet to win against him. The first time that I saw The Karate Kid, the original, was way hecka long ago, okay? But you gotta understand, I'm a kid, my memory already isn't that good. It wasn't until after I'd booked the show that I'd really gotten, dove right back into the trilogy again. I've watched all of them now. I agree with, Barney Stinson, Daniel LaRusso's the bully. My first car, I got in Atlanta filming the first season of Cobra Kai. It was a Scion XC, I want to say. XC or XB. It's the one that looks like the Kia Soul. It's a box. And I was a terrible driver, and it doesn't help that everyone in Atlanta is terrible drivers as well. I was whipping around. I remember one time though, I took this girl out on a date in Atlanta. Or not a girl, she was my girlfriend. I don't want to say, I took some girl out on a date. I took my girlfriend at the time, and my car broke down in the middle of the road, and her father had to come basically help jumpstart my car. Since he already came to help, he just takes my girlfriend at the time home, and my car broke down again on the way back home. But that Scion, the blueberry, helped me get everywhere. It's a savage car. I'm a good driver now. Well, there was one accident, but it wasn't my fault. It was the other guy's fault. We handled it. My first training session with Hito, Mr. Hito Koda, our stunt coordinator from seasons 1 through 3. We hadn't filmed anything yet. I just moved out to Atlanta. Mind you, I don't know if you see me here today, Teen Vogue. I've beefed up a little bit, but at that time I was 110 pounds with a wet t-shirt, super, super skinny. And I just remember him drilling me, being it felt like the Jaden Smith Karate Kid. It was raise your leg, put it down, raise your leg, put it down, raise your leg. And my body was just cry. Just tear up right now. I made it through without any tears, but man, those first couple weeks were gruesome. There's only been one moment where I've really gotten like frustrated or like it felt overwhelming doing all the stunts. It was season 2. We had a fight in the woods, and you know, when you're rehearsing the fight, you're not compensating for it being super early and the ground being muddy in the woods. I don't know why I didn't think that, but we get there on the day and I have to do this like kick into a sweep on the ground, and I would kick and go to the ground and I would just slip and slide everywhere on the mud every single time we did this. Finally, where it got to the point where on one of the takes, like I slipped and I just punched the ground. I'm so embarrassed saying this because I feel like a little boy like having a tantrum, but I punched the ground and I was like, dang it, I can't do it. And Hito came up to me and he was like, look, Sholo, like, I know you feel like you can't do it, but we can't leave until you do it. So you have to. There's like not really any option. And you know, in a weird way, he, you know, kind of instilled the confidence that I needed. They still went with the stunt doubles too. I still didn't do it that well. Dante Ha was my stunt double that day. They went with his rendition of the move. But you know, I thought I added some spice there. My first tattoo is this character, Fushiguro from Jujutsu Kaisen. It's an anime that I really like, and it's his outfit on Snoopy from Peanuts. I know it sounds weird, and it is weird, but I got like matching tattoos with my boys. They all got different characters from Charlie Brown, dressed as the characters from one of our favorite animes. So it was just kind of like, we should do this. Yeah, we should do this. And then by the time anyone said, no, maybe, we'd already gotten them. So now I have a thigh tattoo. My first red carpet that I remember at least was this thing called the Alma Awards, which is this like Latino award show. And I remember I must have been like 10 or 11 and I wore this like black suit. And I remember I thought it was cool to wear black Ray-Bans, which I've never done again. I'm wearing super black sunglasses like that. Your eyes are so expressive that when you're not doing it, you're just way too cool guy. Like, just imagine just the Vogue look. I really did look like Will Smith, Agent K, in my suit. Even now, I feel a little like James Bond, 80s vibes. Like, I'm about to come with the hair coif, like all like, what's up? I'm here to kick butt, but yeah, I try to dress spiffy. The first podcast that I ever listened to was this podcast called The TMG, Cody Ko and Noel Miller. They're huge inspirations to me. They're two of the funniest people that, you know, I know, and they make really great content. It inspired me so much so that, you know, I convinced my friend Jacob Scott Thomas Bertrand to make a podcast with me, the Lone Lobos podcast. We're like 20 something weeks into it. It's savage. It's the most personal project we've ever done. We'll plug it in, you know, watch it on Spotify or whatever. We're charting sometimes or what have you. Kind of about news, we talk about current events. It's honestly like my favorite thing that I'm doing right now. Well, I mean, technically speaking, my first roommates were my parents. Jacob Scott Thomas Bertrand, this guy's at the center of all my problems. And we started living together, I was 18, he was 19, and we were kind of chopping it up out in Atlanta, taking on the town legally for a few years. And now it's fun, honestly. Like I don't have a brother, I have 4 sisters. So he's kind of like the brother I never asked for. And he's great, I love him. But now that we're in Los Angeles, we keep our distance. And it honestly is probably for the best. 4-ish months living with someone is just enough time to kind of get to enjoy their presence without, you know, getting annoyed by their, you know, habits, cleanliness habits, which we both have, by the way. I don't want to just throw that on him because he might see this and be like, what, you ratting me out? I know I'm kind of messy too, but I keep it in my room at least. What is it like being DC's first Latino superhero? I mean, man, it's a blessing. I'm excited for it. You know, it's all surreal, but I think the thing that it comes down most to is I want to open as many doors for other people of color, other minorities as possible in this industry. And I hope that this movie is, you know, just a catalyst for, you know, diversity and inclusion in the industry, man. That's what it comes down to. But I'm excited. For Blue Beetle, man, it comes out fall 2023. So you might see this no neck. I don't want to pop this thing's already like a choker. I don't want to pop it, but you're about to see me looking buff as heck. The first time I tried on the Blue Beetle suit, I guess I should rephrase this because I said that I tried it on. Really what I had done was like body scans and stuff like that. I haven't tried on the suit yet, and I know it's like, oh no, he said he did, but look, I speak, and sometimes I speak without thinking, and I've seen some concept art for the suit. It looks super sick, but as far as I know, it'll be, you know, partly practical, partly CGI, as are all of those superhero movies, you know? So I'm really excited to, you know, get to try it on, but when I do, you guys will be the first one to know. Teen Vogue, I had a blast with you today, girl. Come on. I appreciate you guys coming through. If you want more Sholo Mighty the Winya, I have a podcast with my best friend / brother, Jacob Scott Thomas Bertrand, called Lone Lobos, LONELOBOS, anywhere you find your podcasts. Pass the breeze, we have fun, we talk about everything under the sun. That was pretty cool. It rhymed.